if Nnamdi Kanu goes ahead to carry out his threat or utterances, what will be the action of Ohaneze? Thank you.
The questions are over.
Protocols observed.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome the former national chairman Apuga, Chief Sir Victor Lume. You're welcome, sir. As he settles down, we are now in a question and answer session. The national president of Ohaneze has given his address, and some journalists are asking some questions which he will respond to. Please,
okay. Protocols observed. My name is Emeka Modelem. I write for Anambra Broadcasting Service. All of us know that a few weeks ago, Otherwise issued a quick notice to our brothers and sisters living in the northern part of this country. I'd like to know here the measures Ohaneze have put in place to arrest this ugly development. Thank you so much.
First of all, I'd like to thank members of the press. Since our election in Genera, we have had considerable goodwill from you. I expected it because it's what they call a spirit of God. And you know, I used to be against all information. And you have all given me so much support. And I'm very grateful to all of you. We have had very good things. It will not always be so. Let me start with Tony. Tony, no important Igbo man ever spoke up for IPOB until I became President General. In my inaugural speech, I said that they were my children and that their struggle is my struggle. I understand why our children feel the way they do. I feel their anger. As I was coming here today, for the umpteenth time at Genera, I was driving with His Excellency Professor Boo, the former Deputy Governor, our Vice President. They always have a 16-year-old boy or so by the army checkpoint in Nigeria, collecting money from commercial vehicles there. I said it to the acting president. It's part of the Python dance all over our cities. I just wonder why these young boys are exposed to this filth of raping people openly in this place. And it happens nowhere else. When I drive from Abuja to Enugu, I don't find this harassment anywhere until I get to Bola. You legislators, some of you move the police departments. Have you ever bothered to stop at any checkpoint to show our displeasure? If this happens in northern Nigeria, all the commercial vehicles will decide on one day and stop on these checkpoints and you will stop. All these are our boys in Masop and IPOB. If they really meant well for us, they'll mount publicity on these things, on those highways, so that we stop feeling like a defeated people, an occupied territory. That is the anger in everybody's mind. Now, but everywhere in the world, when people have this kind of anger, they have a structured way of presenting it in such a way that you have no choice but to bring everybody to discussion. I have not thrown a bomb at IPOB. I have spoken like a father. I know why you also abandon Jeremy. If your children are going the wrong way and you don't chastise them, God will judge you. Spare the rod and spoil the child. I have given them credit. Are you stopping me?
No.
I have given them credit where they deserve credit. But they are going one step too far. Under our law, INEC is a creation of our law. It has been charged with responsibility for election. You all have fixed tenures. So do your executive. And when the tenure is over, you are functus officio. You can no longer sit in this house once your tenure elapses. And the law provides that you must be replaced. Isn't it so? When your governor finishes his tenure, the law provides that there must be a fresh election. It is a question of the decision of Anambra people whether they want him to come back or whether they want somebody else to rule them. Now, in any event, how can we turn our fight against the law of Nigeria that replaces us, that is not equitable? We turn the fight against ourselves. The election which will be held here, are we going to elect Northerners to come and rule Anambra State? Isn't it Anambra citizens? This is a needless division. And if he has gone public, I have no choice but to go public. In order to let our people know that this does not reflect our people. And don't forget, since Nnamdi came out, I have received it in my house. I'm sure you in the press publicized it. I had discussions with him. And one of the undertakings he took in front of me was Anambra. He has breached his undertaking. And he's breached it publicly without consulting me. I don't have a choice but to do what I have. I'm not bombing him, I'm calling him to order. If he decides to be out of control, I leave it to the Igbo jury to decide who is doing the right part. We don't make this it up. Now, nation. I don't understand what you mean by
It has no English.
one or second. What do you mean by whether this is a threat put by our president? Have I answered your question?
I didn't get that.
No. I have covered your question by my response to the first question. Yeah. So we're not threatening anybody. I'm just being paternal. In the same way I call them my children, I have a right as a father to tell them, you are going out of life. Now, part of the briefing I'm going to give members of the House of Assembly is on this quick notice. But a lot is in the public domain, coming from Ohaneze as well as from the North. You know that following this quick notice, we were invited by the Vice Acting President, and we have made representations to the federal government about our feeling about it. The Acting President has given assurance that every Nigerian, wherever he is, will be protected by our security forces. We of course know that our security forces are overstretched, given our combat in Boko Haram and the necessary surveillance that has to follow the resort to guerrilla warfare. So they have to be stretched everywhere, sniffing out where there is danger. And so their capacity to police every inch of Nigerian territory is in serious jeopardy. And so there must be a lot of self-help. We know that a number of incendiary remarks have followed the quick notice, aggravating the situation. I mean, I have been on print for this, and I sent it to the Acting President. The Inspector General was acting on your directive when he said they should be arrested. And they were not arrested. And they went further to dare the Inspector General of Police to arrest them. The governor in which the crime was committed in his state said they should be arrested. They dared the government. They are not arrested. And what is the crime? If you condemn Nnamdi Kanu and take him to court for treason for saying that he wants Biafra, you must condemn Yerima and his confederates for saying that they want a state of Nigeria which excludes the Igbos. They are declaring a new state, contrary to our constitution. That is treason. If you decide to take an inventory of property not belonging to you and give a notice to acquire them by a certain date, that is conversion. It's theft in law. It's criminal. If you make a public declaration that if by the date that you proclaim, contrary to law, that people do not move away from the territory where they are entitled to live in as citizens of Nigeria, that you will have a mop-up action. There are so many crimes involved. You are inciting people to violence. You are declaring war on innocent Nigerians. You are breaching people's fundamental human rights in Nigeria. Freedom to reside where they like, freedom of movement to where they like in Nigeria. No state apparatus can condone those things. So the security forces in Nigeria are telling us there is one law for the Igbos and another law for the non-Igbos. And what is being treated like kid glove. July Mohammed, who's been a member of the House of Representatives, has been on record to say, arrest these boys and there will be trouble. Isn't he himself making remarks that are inciting, that they're capable of disturbing peace? Why is there quiet? The chief of army staff is on record to have said soldiers are meeting with politicians with an attempt to cause a coup. Are those soldiers sacrosanct? Who are they? Where are their names? Why don't we know them? Is there somebody really planning a coup in Nigeria? Is this quick notice part of an attempt to create a state of lawlessness in Nigeria and make the coup justifiable? Why is nobody doing anything about it? So, I believe that I have attempted an answer to your question. And this is why I have come to discuss with our leaders here. I intend to do this in every state of Igbo land, in order to ensure that we are not taken on our words. It happened before, and we were taken on our words. And our children and our people were sacrificed. We went into a war. 2 million people were killed in warfare. 1.5 million others were killed by starvation. It was justified by the then Nigerian government as a legitimate instrument of warfare. 3.5 million people perished. Igbos perished. And even when we remember them, to mourn them, it is said that we are very mistaken. Ohaneze Ndi Igbo.
Thank you so much, the President General of Ohaneze. This is actually a speech from the throne, and we are so much enlightened. Thank you so much. While you were making your speech, one of the nostril sons of Anambra State came in. The two-time member of this Anambra State House of Assembly, and currently a member of the House of Representatives, in the person of Honorable Genera.